About 10:30 last night, we had an officer northbound on Council in about the 3000 block. Actually, he was ending his shift and heading home. As he was in that area, a car going southbound actually crossed the center line of the road, causing this officer to have to take some evasive action to keep from being hit. Our officer, thinking this person might be impaired or something, executes a U-turn and turns on his lights and siren and tries to get this person to stop. As soon as he did that, they accelerated. They continued southbound on Council from about 30th Street till they got to 23rd Street. The suspect then turned east onto Northwest 23rd. The suspect ran several red lights between Council and MacArthur, and in the 5800 block of 23rd, which is just east of MacArthur, the car left the roadway, lost control, hit a curb, and actually flipped over. When the vehicle flipped, one person was ejected, one person fled from the car and tried to hide behind a sign that was real close to the accident. The driver was still in the car and was pretty seriously injured. Our officers got there fairly quickly after the wreck. They took the person hiding into custody right away. Of course, they called medical right away for the other two that were injured. All three were actually taken to the hospital. One was actually released from the hospital and booked into county jail. This individual had 10 outstanding warrants for burglary. He was put in the county jail on those existing warrants. Our investigation is going to continue, and eventual charges on all three will be filed. What we have found out was that through an interview of one of the suspects at the hospital, the reason the car initially crossed the center line was, in fact, the driver of the vehicle was playing chicken with, at the time, he didn't know a police officer, but their intent was just to play chicken and to scare whoever was coming northbound on Council. They didn't realize till they got very close that it was a police officer. So they were putting the public in danger even before that car chase happened. A few minutes after the suspects were transported to the hospital, we also found a trunk load of what we believe to be stolen property out of 3 different residential burglaries and auto burglaries in the area of Oklahoma City near Route 66 and Sarah Road. So they had a couple reasons to run. Stolen property in the car. The one individual had outstanding warrants. So we didn't know that initially last night. So our understanding is Oklahoma City is taking reports from those folks who had their property stolen by these 3 individuals. One is in county jail. 2 are still in local hospitals, condition unknown right now.
What's the status on our officer?
Officer's fine. Fortunately, he was paying close attention to his driving and his surroundings because it could have been a tragedy. I guess if they were playing chicken, our officer would have lost because he evaded it, and wisely so. So, it's looking back, it's kind of humorous, but when you think about the seriousness of, that speed limit's 40 miles an hour. If you had 2 cars hit head on, I mean, somebody probably would have died in that incident. So, it's just foolish to do that sort of thing. Very, very fortunate that our officer wasn't hurt, and we're fortunate that no one in their vehicle was killed in their accident, because actually a person was ejected. So the likelihood of fatal circumstances in ejection is high. So we're grateful that no one has expired from that.
Let's see it.